Hi guys, it's Brendan and Michael.
Hello.
Um, this podcast is an emergency podcast in a way. It's out of the normal podcast scheduling because we usually do a podcast after every minute update when they change the event. But the reason for this podcast is because Retrieve has really messed up, like, really badly. Basically, if you watch the previous podcast, you would know about the check-in challenge, where you play half an hour of a game a day for 13 days. You have 2 days to miss out on, and if you do that, you will get these daily. You get these. It all adds up, and then when you hit the 13th day, you could choose one of 6 prizes. But no, that's not what's happened. We found out people are getting like all 6 or 4 of them, and so it's like if you choose the Parasol Club set, you're getting the Hannah set, the Lucia set, Big Papel, and the club set. And what else are people getting, Michael?
You're also getting Gacha coins and the Cruise Club set. And the Gacha coins is
set.
Yeah. The Gacha coins are 6 Gacha coins, but
And people are winning on them.
Yeah, because right now it's double Gacha rates, so it could be either a glitch or it could be to do with the rates as well. But the main issue with this is that if this is a glitch that Retrieve has to fix and people are winning, how are they going to take away their winnings? They can't take away their winnings because they've already won and it's not in the system.
There's no way to track down a particular coin and how they bought that coin or got that coin to win that particular item. And with these glitch out of these Parasol Club set, the sets, all that kind of stuff, someone can say, "Oh, I've owned the Parasol Club set for years now, ever since the server first opened. I've owned it for ages." Or like I've had Big Black Papel since the first time it came around in Scratchy. Not Black Papel, normal Papel. But there's no way to prove someone won that particular set from thing. But if you go on the forums, we're posting this on a forum thread today. We're not actually going to be making a separate one, we might, but this is going to be posted on a forum thread. And what people are saying on this forum thread, don't accept them, contact the one-spawn support, don't accept them, all that kind of stuff. Well, Michael and I both disagree with that, because it's easier for them to know that you haven't had it for a long time if you don't accept them. If you accept them, there's less of a chance they can take it away from you, because there's no way to prove you haven't had it for a long time. But if you have them in your inbox still, you obviously haven't had them for a long time because you still haven't accepted them.
Yeah. And this, if you accept them, and sure, it's not what the event said, but you still have a right to keep them because it's their fault. It's not yours.
Yeah, exactly. So we say accept them, but if you think it'd be safer not to, go for it. But we think best thing to do would be accept them, because once again, there's no tracking system on every item in Panya. That would be crazy if they had some sort of database like that. Like if they could track someone, like a Papel Shop item, from the day it was won all the way to who owns it now.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I suppose you could, but why would you waste that much database space recording that information? Like if it was from Cyber Gear, that stuff gets sold around so quickly. There's no way to prove what person owns that particular item right now.
Yeah.
So if you accept them, there's no way to prove. So
and
if
they did have a database like that, then they could have used it easily to stop people from selling what's it called, if you get scammed from someone, if they say, "Oh, I'm selling points," or "I'm going to trade you a rare for this," then they could see that that rare got transmitted to that account, and then they just kept it. So
you know what I mean? So they would have done something to stop all these scams or that kind of stuff if they had some sort of database, like this is how much paying someone bought that particular item. You know what I mean? There's no way of showing this kind of stuff. But if you don't accept them, there probably is a way they can revoke an item from your inbox.
Yeah. Some people are suggesting that it could possibly be a April Fool's joke because today is April 1st in America and other countries as well. So yeah, I don't think it is. I think, as we've seen in many other cases, Retrieve just
Has messed up.
yeah, they just messed up this time quite big because I don't know how they're going to get out of this. And the funny thing is that even if they truly did mess up, I bet you they're still going to say, "Oh, haha, it was just an April Fool's joke," even though it was their fault, and like they don't mean to it. They didn't mean it to be anything like that. They're just trying to make themselves look a bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can't revoke your items, and if they are going to revoke items, what's going to happen? Because the results have been showing, people have been saying, "I've used the gacha coins, and I have one gacha." Some people have won like quite a, like two or three of the sets out of these 6 gacha coins because it's double rates, and they're lucky enough to get it. But there's no way to prove that they didn't pay for points, and to there's no way to prove they didn't get these points somehow. They didn't get these coins somehow else.
Yeah.
They could have, even if there's a record of people who buy points and stuff like that, but there's probably no record on people who get the free points by doing all the surveys. There's any number of reasons these people could have got those 3 particular gacha coins to get those 3 sets of rare or true or whatever. There's no way to literally prove the way you got it.
But the only thing I don't get, if there's no way to prove that they got it, how do they know which coins to expire on May the 3rd or whatever it is?
That's why I was always a bit worried about this kind of stuff, because I have a feeling what might happen is if you had to like spare gacha coins, because quite a few people do, like what would happen would your gacha would just like glitch out and you lose all your gacha coins?
I wonder if they're like they look the same, they're the same, you know, like mesh, the same type of thing, but they're just named differently, kind of like event coupons for Papel Shop. They're just like a new item that they've implemented just for this event.
Yeah, maybe. Or they have got those back in quite a few podcasts ago actually, when we talked about the Panya files and what they did own but haven't put in the game yet.
Yeah.
The copyrighted stuff, all that kind of stuff. We did find 2 new gacha coins in there, a purple and a silver one.
Yeah. So
they could have done something like that, but I don't think if they did something like that, like add a new gacha coin in, the update would have been maybe a bit bigger in a way. Like the update size was the normal update size, just for adding a few more stuff in. It wasn't an update size to put a new item in the game or to reuse an item out of the files.
And every update, I always check through the files, and I couldn't see really anything new apart from what they listed.
So, I don't really know. It's
and people are saying like, okay, well, if for some reason, if they figure out how to remove everything, they do that, and then they let you re-choose. What about the people who do the gacha? Like, how are they supposed to re-choose if they've already spent their gacha coins? Exactly. How are they going to know that you're the one who chose gacha if everyone's getting the same items, no matter what they choose? It's just...
Exactly. It's all confusing, but... And I really hope they don't do this, because I'm up to day 12 on this. Because, I don't know why, but people got their day 13 somehow before me, because they live in America and timing's all messed up. But if they change it from like tomorrow, when the new day of Panya begins, they change it for you only do get one item. That's not fair, because I've logged in every day and done my game every day. For my calculations, I'm still on track. The event will go for... The event's supposed to go for 15 days. I'm exactly on course. There's 4 more days left. I'm day 12. So there's these 3 more days left. And I need 1 more, and that means I still have my 2 spare days. So I should have it. And I played the day when they did have you a special... have the extra bonus day. Why hasn't it come through yet? That was supposed to come through today. But that hasn't come through for me. That's how people got the 13 day before, because the extra bonus day came through to them, but it hasn't come through for me.
Another little nitpick that I have to say is I mean, it's kind of my fault as well, but um, originally, before the recent update, if you did practice mode and you spent half an hour in there, you would get a day ticked off. But since the update, I think they've changed it because my thing hasn't been getting ticked off in practice mode, only tournament and versus, which I think they might have changed on the website. I didn't actually check that before, but I noticed that today when I rechecked it, it did say time will only be like consumed during the versus and play and tournament. So I don't know. I think that's kind of unfair. Like, it's not my fault that counted, so why should they change that without notice?
Without bigger notice.
Yeah.
And just
like, that's just tiny little text, just so then they can say, oh, well, it's not my fault that you didn't see that tiny little text, just to cover their butts. But yeah,
which is unfair because it worked before and it worked for 8 days, and then suddenly it doesn't work for the rest of them.
Yeah.
And since we haven't, for some reason, since we live in Australia, even though we both played a tournament on the get the bonus day, we both played a tournament that was proceeded more than half an hour. Why haven't we got that extra day? Because if Michael gets an extra day, he'll be on track and he could get the bonuses at the end of it. But if that bonus thing doesn't come through to us, Michael won't be able to get these prizes.
Oh no, not the Umbrella Club.
So they have messed up.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but they have.
And what also sucks, that for the people, even if for some reason they're just like, screw it, we have to get rid of all the data and no one's getting any prizes, which I doubt they will, it's pretty bad that new players had events before, which was the first event to get the Umbrella Clubs, and they got that for free just for being new to Panya. But veterans who play for years and years just get the same old stuff that they've been getting before, and nothing rare, nothing new, only which we discussed before, but only the like new players get all the good items and we just get some
because
bad items.
It's just unfair. They know the new players are gonna probably pay for a bit more stuff than the older players because the older players have got what they want. All their characters decked out, all they like, but the newer players have a higher chance of paying. But in the end result, if you keep your veterans happy, you're gonna have that constant flow of them buying, because there's always gonna be that next item they want or that next item they missed out on last time around. But if you just ignore them and you don't give them anything worth sticking around for free, what's the point in playing?
Yeah. And see, to them, they don't. Reason. To them, I'm back now, sorry. To the new players, they don't see the value of what it actually means, like of a rare item, because they're new to the game. Of course, they wouldn't know the value of it. But our veterans, we would we would understand how much it's worth, item. Which sucks. And I have to say, it's really hard to recommend to new people. I love this game. I've been playing it for years and years. But if they ever ask, oh, well, that's great, but how's the company? It's just, I can't really recommend it to them, because sure, they're good to the new players, but define new, because you're only new if you actually make an account within a certain time of an event, and it's just unfair. And I'm sure the company's aware, and if they're not, that's kind of bizarre, but I'm sure they are aware that veteran players, just to get those prizes, will make new accounts and act like new players. Even if it means that they can't get those rares on their main account.
It's happened, like, with the, ages ago, it's, Stay Fresh, Play Panya. The top new players in a certain time got, recharge points, like $30 worth of recharge points, and gacha rares, all that kind of stuff. They got a lot of stuff, and veterans got nothing. So what the really good veterans did were made new accounts, played that until they got the 30 recharge points or whatever amount they got, and they just bought stuff with the other account.
Yeah.
It was that easy.
Even those, was it the event where there was, the Grand Zodiac, that when it first came out, they had like a leaderboard thing for new players, and new accounts. The best player of the new account would receive like not just in-game items, but actual items sent to you, like towels with Black Papel pictures on it and stuff like that. And you know that would have been a veteran player on a new account. Because people just don't get those high scores, especially if they're new to the game. They hardly know the controls. They have very poor stats, and they don't even have Papel. I mean, come on.
So
it just sucks.
Well, we're starting to ram on a bit, so we might just wind it up here.
Yeah.
But, okay. Well, thanks for listening, and this was the first emergency podcast in a way. Hope you enjoyed.
Hopefully we won't have to have any more retrieve, but we'll see. We'll update you if this is fixed a bit later, if it ever gets fixed.
What they have planned to do with this, we'll keep you guys updated. And remember, if you're just watching this on the forums, please consider clicking the link and going to the YouTube page, because if you get subscribers, it will really help us out a lot. Most people don't realize that subscribers help a channel out a lot, but they really do. Subscribers are the key thing if you want to have a YouTube channel.
And views.
Yeah, so please consider that subscribe. It will mean the world. You have no idea how much it means to look there and you have another subscriber.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.